Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. How are you on Friday? Today we're going to talk about how you can become a TEDx speaker when your life is so busy, busy, busy. I speak every day with business professionals and they always say like, I really don't know what to do. It's like my schedule is going crazy and I don't know. I want to be a TEDx speaker, but I don't know where to start. So today life is all about what to do to be able to become a TEDx speaker and do that dream of yours so you can actually achieve it very easily and quickly without a super pressure on your shoulders. Just say quick hi in the comments so I can see who is watching before I start, and tell me where you're watching from so I'll know who is there, because it has been absolute blast the last actually several weeks as everyone came back from holiday, and it was as a huge wow for me. Anyway, I'll tell you at the end. So let's concentrate how to become a TEDx speaker when you are so super busy. Good morning, Royston. Good morning, Alejandro. So happy to see you both here. Great. So golden nuggets here. It's going to be one after the other. Get a pen and a paper because that's going to be super important. All of us business professionals are super busy with so many things. The list, our to-do list, I don't know how it's about you, but everyone I speak with, including my own to-do list, it's growing every day. It doesn't go down, which is the beauty of things. The way how I see it is better to grow instead of like have nothing to do during the day, right? So I prefer to see it as a positive instead of a negative. However, when you want to do something like TEDx, you really have to do something about it, because at the end of the day, if you take inaction, there will be no result, nothing there. Now, golden nugget number one, tip number one. Do hire a TEDx specialist. If you want really to become a TEDx speaker, hire a TEDx specialist. Now, most of you is going to be like, yeah, but I don't have money. Yeah, I don't have time to now search for a TEDx specialist because, I don't have time, obviously. If you have this chatter in your mind, this only means two things. The thing number one is that you don't really understand the power of TEDx and what kind of impact TEDx talk can do for your business. Simple as that. The number two means that your priorities are wrong. Because if you don't understand the power and your priorities are really not there on a good level, then definitely you're still there, like doing nothing about TEDx, like just sitting with the dream and the idea that yeah, one day I want to do TEDx, but the but is down there, it's not here. Okay, so start thinking with your head instead of with the but. Okay, so when you hire a TEDx specialist, what I want you to do is this, and I wrote down a few steps, and I want you also to write them down. The number one, give them a few things. The number one is where, the geolocation where you want to do your TEDx. These are TEDx specialists like I do this on behalf of my clients and as behalf of my soon-to-be a TEDx speaker program. So this is literally the list what I ask the people, and I'm giving you so you can be prepared. So when you start speaking with TEDx specialists, is like like number one, this is where I want to go on TEDx. So give them the cities, the geolocation where you want to do your TEDx. The number two is when. So the months and the year, obviously right now is the end of the year. Do you want to do it end of the year, December right now? I would say it's tough right now because it's the plus 3 months rule. Let me just explain that on when. Plus 3 months rule is this: when someone is applying on behalf of you or you're applying, you have to start looking for time, which is plus 3 months from the day when you start applying. So obviously right now is mid-September, this is October, November, December. So this means that pretty much until mid-December, all the TEDx organizers are already listed all the speakers, and it will be like a huge chance to be rejected. So don't put yourself in a situation to be rejected, because that's not nice at all, right? So when put the plus 3 months rule and give your TEDx help anything which is right now mid-December, and I would say January, which automatically means, and I did a post about it, if you want to start 2022 with a bang and a really, really good start of the year, this is right now, exactly right now, the time to start applying for TEDx. So do use this time. TEDx journey is always about the next quarter. Take it this way, because we're all business people, we think in quarters. The next quarter is January, February, March 2022 already, and we're planning right now for this. So do tell them the month and the year when you want to be on TEDx. The next thing what to give them is the topic, because when you apply for TEDx, you need to know what obviously you're going to talk about. That is the topic. The number 4 is you need to give them 2 sentences of bio. So this is literally the only most probably time when you're going to go like me. Let me explain this why. When you've got the 2 sentences of bio, and I'm giving you an example, you have to explain who you are to the TEDx speaker, to the TEDx organizers, but it's literally when you put this me in those 2 sentences, it literally boosts and make you super different from everyone else. So here's the example. I am a digital nerd. I'm a social media influencer. I am the founder of soon to be a TEDx speaker program. I am a multi-award winning speaker. I have 3 awards for as a professional speaker. I have 1 award as a business woman in business. And this is about me, but I'm giving you the examples because in those 2 sentences, you literally have to put everything what you achieved so far, which always makes you very, very different from everyone else, and put what you're specialized in. So everything what I said about in the digital, the social media, the public speaking, these are 3 different, very different areas, and putting them in 1 sentence makes me completely standing out from everyone else, right? So geolocation, the when, the period, the topic, and obviously the a bio about you, because that's how they're going to present on behalf of you. Then the next step, what's going to happen, and that is the other reason why you should hire a TEDx specialist. The TEDx specialist will know exactly when to do what. Literally, the moment when you invest money and time in that person is going to save you a lot of money and time. It's going to deliver a lot of results for you. This is the whole idea of hiring specialists in general, but specifically for TEDx is so super important, because the person will literally, hold your hand and walk you through the whole process. Now, the next step to what's going to happen is obviously secure a date. So before you're securing a date, that's what you need to be prepared is to always keep your calendar synchronized with the person who is working for you to secure a date for you, which basically means that you need to put TEDx as a highest priority, but also in your calendar 3 months in advance, just to know the dates what the person is applying for, so you don't book something major. You don't go to conferences. You don't go to, court cases, as one of my clients who is a lawyer. You just you have to make sure that your calendar is synchronized with the person who is working for you to secure a date for you. Then what you need to be also prepared that you most probably are going to go through interviews to be able to secure that date, because people they will have your topic, they're going to have your bio, but they also want to see you. The goal of the interviews is basically your TEDx organizers to know how you look like, how you speak, how how you can present on their stage. This is the reason. It's not that much about don't stress and don't put too much pressure on yourself for that interview as of, oh my God, I need to be fully ready with my TEDx talk. That's not the time. With the interviews, the only thing what you will need is basically your topic, and what you're going to talk about. That's it. And obviously fully present you, because they will want to know if you've been on stage before, if you're experiencing speaking in front of people, if you're not experienced, if you're experiencing speaking in front of a camera, or you're a lot more shy person. So this is the interview, right? That interview is going to secure a date. So this is the next step which is going to happen. The moment when you secure a date, there are companies, the TEDx specialists, which are only specialized in securing a date for you. That's it. Okay. So they're not going to be able to take you to the next steps, which I'm going to tell you right now. But there are also TEDx coaches and TEDx trainers like me, which is literally going to take you through the whole journey to the very end. Okay. So be very careful when you select your help, that TEDx specialist, how much of your journey that TEDx specialist is going to cover. Is it just for the securing the date, or it's going to be also there to be able to do 3 steps with you: design, deliver, and diffuse. Okay, so let's go through those steps very quickly. Designing. When you start designing, the number one thing to decide is, what is your goal? What is your TEDx goal? Why you're doing TEDx? This is so super important, because the decision on the goal drives everything else. It drives the content, it drives the stories, what you're gonna share, it drives the wording as well, and it drives also expectations after this. I'm all about KPIs. Yeah, I'm gonna admit that, but goals are so super important, because at the end of the day, if you don't put the goal straight from the designing phase, you're gonna do a TEDx, and then at some point you'll be like, I'm feeling that something is missing. Maybe maybe I didn't do it well. Maybe if you put the goal straight from the beginning, this basically automatically means to look at the goal every time when you're like not quite sure. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's why I want you to do a TEDx, right? So this is so super important. The next thing in the design is title. So title is super crucial, because the aim of the title is not because people are going to remember you by the title of your TEDx talk. This is not the aim. The aim of the title is to attract thousands of millions of views to come and watch your TEDx. So title needs to be attractive, short, snappy, hooky, and very powerful. The next thing in the design is basically, obviously, to put the content and the story. If you have any kind of questions, comments, put them in the comment box. I will read them straight away. So feel free. This is the powerful 30 minutes with me every Friday. So go ahead and do use that time to ask any kind of questions. So we are talking about content and stories. Let me link it again back to the goal, because this is where people are really confused. And this is when you hire a TEDx specialist, they're going to really hopefully explain that. But the stories are basically all of us have a lot of stories, a lot of going on in our life, and we want to share with the world a lot. But trust me, when you sit down to say, okay, I've got 18 minutes to talk on TEDx stage, which stories are best to present what my wisdom, what I want to actually share with the world. And this is when it gets cramped, because you've got so many stories in your mind that you want actually to say, but 18 minutes is really short period of how many stories you'll be able to fit within the 18 minutes. That's where you're going to look at the goal again, because the goal is going to remind you why you're doing TEDx. So always refer constantly to your goal. And that's how you're going to choose now the stories, and stories drives your content. Content needs to be inspiring and powerful and could be entertaining as well, but I don't teach that entertaining, because I work with business professionals. So don't ask me about entertaining content, but content which is inspirational and it spread a wisdom, which is business wisdom or personal wisdom. It's absolutely my specialty. So feel free to ask any kind of questions about that. Now, when you do your design, always remember this: your content needs to be, content at the talk needs to be short, snappy, and you need to go straight to the point. Straight to the point means in those 80 minutes, you're not going to start saying a story like, I was walking on the street and I was watching the green leaves of the trees, and they were that green, which is I don't know, the spring green, and you start explaining like 10 minutes about that green. Your time is going on, right? And you have to be really short and snappy and straight to the point. So when you're designing on that phase your content, always have in mind that 18 minutes is the maximum. I don't recommend 18 minutes. I always recommend 10 minutes talks, TEDx talks. Simply, there is a lot of science behind that. The science behind social media, the science behind human brain. But right now, attention span is super short. And when people start watching videos, they usually click and they start watching something. If it's interesting, obviously, if it's not interesting, they're going to click away and you lost them. But if they're interested, at some point, we all do that. We sneak on the video to understand how long is the video. It's like, in my mind, it's like, do I have time right now to watch all of it? If it's more than 10 minutes, you're going to lose them. So don't do that mistake. Do a short, snappy 10 minutes for TEDx talk. Okay, so this is part of your design step. The next step is to deliver it, of course. When you deliver, you've got pretty much two steps here. You need to practice, and then you are gonna be on stage. Practice, practice, practice. I love the saying, practice until you can't get it wrong. This is how important it is. Now, a lot of people think that they just disagree that TEDx needs to be written down and they need to practice it. They need to learn by heart all the words. So let me tell you this. If you go with the flow and you just stand up on TEDx stage and you're like, yeah, I would just like express myself, literally the time will be so quickly gone that at the end of the TEDx talk, and I spoke with enough speakers, TEDx speakers on this one, they didn't practice, they didn't write down exactly what they wanted to say. And what happened was, they always say after this, I felt I had so much more to say, and I didn't say everything what I wanted to say, pretty much the same. And I didn't say the way how I felt it, and it wasn't powerful enough. Okay, so don't do that mistake. Do write your talk and then practice, 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 practice. Now, prepare for the day is pretty much the next thing. People, as a mistake, what do is to just put some clothes on and go on the day. So that is not the case for TEDx. On TEDx, first of all, you are on stage in front of people, obviously. So put a bit of, effort there. Make, do your hair, nails, everything which is going to really make you, first of all, special, because this is really a special day. Because once you get there on stage, that's too late. You can't just start doing curls around, right? And also makeup. Makeup is so important because cameras don't like shiny faces, and boys and men, that absolutely is relevant to you as well. Cameras don't like shiny faces, full stop. So even if you have a beard, part of your face is still there. And when you've got all the projectors, because the cameras need projectors, you're going to start sweat. The professional makeup, by the way, the makeup for camera is not the usual makeup, ladies. It's not the makeup what we put every day and we go over the day. It is a professional makeup which is gonna block that shininess on your face. So be very aware of this. And again, put an effort. Hire a makeup artist, hire a hairdresser. The way how you go for weddings is like we go for a hairdresser, and this is your TEDx day. Like, it would be completely silly to not do it. Like, even short hairs like me, I would go to a hairdresser to do something, with my hair. So when you deliver, so far we have practicing, preparing for the day, Another mistake is what I want you to also mention, which is a huge mistake. And I want you actually, right after this live, I want you to go on YouTube, type TEDx Talk channel, go on the channel, go to the videos and start scrolling down through the videos which have been uploaded right now, like in the last 24 hours. Start scrolling down. What I want you to notice is that people blend with the background, is the hands and the head walking around, because they didn't prepare for the day correctly. And when you prepare, you have to not just stand out with what you say verbally on TEDx stage, you have to stand out also visually. Okay, so if I'm wearing right now white, I'm gonna blend with the white wall. Not really great thing, right? As much as I love white color, I can't do that because I need to stand on camera, and you can see that. By the way, this is quite bright yellow. Cameras fade the color. Okay, the next thing is when you on your deliver phase is obviously your delivery on the TEDx day. Take as many pictures as possible. This is your day. Deliver your talk brilliantly. It's the day when you're gonna have fun. It's a networking event. It's not just let me just go, and deliver a talk on an event as usual business conference and then go home. That's not the case with TEDx. TEDx is a huge networking day. So have fun, enjoy. This is the ambience, the mood in the during the day is gonna be super inspiring and super motivating as well. So enjoy that day. However, so far we hire a person to help you to secure a date. We secure the date, we design the talk, we deliver the talk. Usually, I would say 80% of all the TEDx speakers stop here. They think that their TEDx journey finishes on the day when they deliver their TEDx, because after this, there's so many people taking out everything else, because you have the TEDx organizers to edit the video. It's professionally done. They have all the logos and everything, the way how we see it on YouTube. Then you have the TEDx organizers also uploading it on 50 plus platforms. It's not just YouTube, okay? It goes on Spotify, it goes on Netflix, it goes on TED.com. It goes to so many platforms. So it's not just YouTube. And there's nothing for you to do there. However, this is not the end of your TEDx journey. The end of your TEDx journey is when you achieve your goal. Now, if your goal is to gain visibility, if your goal is to position yourself as an expert, if your goal is to create a legacy, if your goal is to gain credibility, right? Your TEDx day is not the end of your journey. The end of your journey is when you achieve this goal. So let me try to go through. Good to see you, Bilana. You look great. Thank you so much, Mark. And hello to the Philippines. So make sure that you don't just, job done, my TEDx day is done, and I need just the way to be published on YouTube. Just make sure that you do actually put an action plan after this, how you're gonna, and this is the next phase, how you're gonna diffuse everything. Again, some of the TEDx specialists are gonna take you only to the time when your TEDx day is completed, and then they say, that's it, my job is finished. I go one step further. I put that diffuse phase after this, because it's, for me, it's so important. I always say, what's the point of doing a TEDx if no one ever go and watch it on YouTube? You need to attract a lot of people to come and watch it. This is how you gain the visibility. If you gain visibility, that's also because of the content, and now it went viral on social media. Now you also start positioning yourself. You can't position yourself if you don't have that visibility, right? And if you want also credibility is going to gain you if you do more steps, like going on podcasts, having an TV interviews and newspapers interviews, going to digital different interviews, it's so many variations. So you need to have an action plan depending on what is your goal, an action plan how you want to achieve every single one of them. With creating a legacy, this is pretty much, it's very interesting because how you actually measure that you achieve the goal of creating a legacy. And I would tell you how I usually advise people to measure it. Once your video is on YouTube, I ask people to go and watch it. If they have goosebumps and they're really excited and they're like, this is exactly what I dreamed about, this is exactly what I wanted, this is how I was, visioning, I could see it in my mind. These goosebumps is what is showing you that you created a legacy. You created something which next time when you speak with the people and when you say I'm a TEDx speaker, you're not gonna say it only because you've been on stage. You're gonna say it because you know that you did such a great job to create that legacy. Okay, so this is super important. So diffuse is the last step. And again, like I added in addition, because for me it's so super important to actually achieve this visibility and credibility and positioning. And I've got an action plan. Usually what I do, actually, I do templates for everything. When I have a client, I give them the whole action plan and I say pick and choose, like delete what is not relevant for you, leave the rest. This is our action plan. I don't invent the hot water from beginning. So this is something what I already create. I only add more and more things there. Right now, the action plan in the diffuse phase has about 37 or 38 strategies to be covered. So you can imagine it's a social selling strategy, there's social media strategies, and there are also social series strategies. The series strategy, just to come here, because majority of you knows about what is social media strategy and how to gain visibility. By the way, I'm talking about organic visibility. I'm not talking about paid. You might want to pay to diffuse your TEDx talk on YouTube, but yeah, I don't know that many people who are doing this. And by the way, this is a question what a lot of people ask: Does TEDx and TED Headquarters do anything about making my TED talk visible for as many people as possible? No, they don't. This is your own choice, and this is your own decision how you want to diffuse your TEDx talk. So let me wrap up. You hire someone to help you to secure a date. Then you design your TEDx talk. Then you deliver it by practicing and then delivering it on TEDx stage. And then you diffuse that TEDx talk because it's so important to get it out to everyone who is ever interested in your topic. Hope that helps. Do share that live with people who you think that they do want to do a TEDx and they always, wonder what to do and how to do, with the people who have been super busy in their life. And again, it's something what I want to make you like think about. If you take inaction, you're not going to have any results. The results are going to be zero, because inaction automatically means zero outcome, zero results. If you take the wrong action, that is going to lead to wrong results, basically. Wrong results as a result what you didn't want to have, you didn't want to achieve. So inaction is zero results. Wrong action is not the result what you wanted. So start taking actions which are gonna take you to the goal what you want out of TEDx, and start applying for TEDx as soon as possible. Hope that helped you. Thank you so much, Alejandra. Great advice. Thank you. Thank you, Alejandra. Great. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna jump off. It was 30 minutes nearly, and this is our soon to be a TEDx speaker podcast every Friday at 12 p.m. UK time. Today I was a little bit late, but I'm gonna see you next Friday at 12 p.m. again, same time, same place, either LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook. Sending you a lot of love and a lot of energy, and I'm gonna see you next Friday.